And we're here again, like people who are here. Hey everybody,
That
welcome
is true.
to another episode of Who's That Anime with your new improved hosts, Steve and Colin.
Uh, how in what way are we improved?
We're surviving.
We are doing that.
Uh,
We've moved on.
we're moved on to a new anime, which
Yeah,
is Delicious in Dungeon.
yeah. I didn't actually know that much about this,
I,
if I'm honest.
all I ever saw was a trailer on Netflix about cooking.
So I didn't see any trailers for this. All I know is that the dub cast, the guy who plays the lead in the show, is a guy called Damien Haas. And he is one of the cast members at Smosh YouTube channel. He does like a load of voice acting.
All right, okay.
So this is the reason I know what this show is, and it seemed like quite a light-hearted show. So kind of fit in with the trajectory of the year by trying to not have bummers all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. We'll see. See how that goes, Steve.
It's not a great start, to be fair. Um,
on this in
yeah,
this show.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
I watched these episodes with my wife,
uh huh.
who is watching it because Damien does the voice of Laios.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, and her thoughts were that was all right. I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's okay, that's okay.
yeah. Well,
We can deal with that.
it was all right.
Yeah, we can deal with that.
Top rating there.
So yeah, so the episodes, it's quite interesting. They are titled into like little vignettes by the thing they're eating.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the first episode is broken down into two segments: hot pot and tart.
yeah. I suppose. I mean,
Those are the two things they eat.
they are the two things that you. But at the same time, I thought it was one whole episode.
It is one whole episode. I'm just saying, it's like the episode, but the title, it breaks down into two things.
See, I was expecting it to break halfway through.
Yeah, so did I, to be honest. And then when it didn't,
Yeah,
I just started to click with the fact it's like, oh, these are just named after the different things they've eaten.
yeah. Or making. Um,
Yeah,
yeah. So this is a thing about food.
yeah, it is. Today we're going to go over the first two episodes. The first episode is called Hot Pot and also Tart.
Yeah. Are you hungry for this?
Uh, much like all of the party were at the start of this, I'm hungry for this.
Yeah. Yeah, so it starts off, they're in the middle of a fight with a big dragon. A red
Yes.
dragon, I think.
A red dragon.
Yep. And they're like, okay, we can do this. And then they're like, oh, I'm so hungry. And then everyone.
Mostly him, to be fair.
Yeah, I think everyone knows. But,
Everyone's hungry.
and then he's kind of like standing there like the tank of the party, as it were. Because he was there
Yeah.
to hit, and then he's like, oh, I'm so hungry, can't be doing this, too hungry. And then the next thing he knows, someone comes in and goes, no, watch out,
Push.
and pushes, and then he's like,
Sacrificial push.
it's like, well, what's going on? And then he realizes that the dragon was coming to stop, chomp him up,
Mm-hmm.
and they saved, and they're like, oh no, party's getting wiped, time for the eternal spell, and they all get sent back to the
The safety of the outside of the dungeon, basically.
village. That's kind of the start of it. And then except the person that cast the spell who was munched on.
Yes. who we find out is the lead character's sister, Falin.
Much later on, I think.
Not much later on,
Was
because
it?
I'm pretty sure at this point he's like, I have to get my sister back.
Yeah. Well, he's on about okay. I'm so hungry, and then they start talking about food walking through the thing, about all the places.
How long do you think it takes to digest a person? Is it like effectively the start of this anime is I'm so hungry I could watch my sister die?
Yeah. Yeah, but they say
So-
it takes a while.
Yeah.
The rest of the parties left because they were all getting messages from other parties and got better deals. So they went. I went.
Yeah, they decided to abandon the party,
Mhm.
leaving what is that 3 of the original 6. It would seem one of them has been eaten, 2 of the others have left after the party wiped out in the dungeon.
Yeah.
So they need to make their decision about what they do. Do they go back to town and eat so they're less hungry? But how do they afford that food because they don't have any money? Do they sell their armor, which makes them weaker in the dungeon?
Yeah.
Very, very difficult choices to make. And then we kind of find out that Laios is a bit funny in the head, and he's got like some things he likes.
Yeah. He has. He likes monsters.
He loves monsters.
He wants to eat the monsters. I think they look delicious.
He does. The rest of his party. So he's like the kind of paladin type or knight, I guess.
I think it's the tank. Yeah.
The tank, yeah, and then we've got the mage, the elven mage, Marcille, and we have the halfling thief, Chilchuck.
Yeah. So they're like, okay, and then he's like, yeah, all right, I don't know how to do it, and they're like, no, we'll come with you because we're a party. So, but that we wouldn't have enough money for stuff if we do that. And we've got to get the gear. It's like, all right, well, I got this secret cookbook. And he pulls out the cookbook from his armor. Tell him how he can cook monsters because he's like, we're going to cook the monsters, and this cookbook tells us how.
It's totally safe because it says in the book.
Yeah, totally safe.
He wears the book around his neck like Flava Flav wears a clock.
I mean, sort of. Yeah, he certainly pulls out his breastplate.
Yeah, but is it not like attached to a chain, or did I imagine that?
I think you imagined that.
Oh man,
you thought he was Flava Flav.
Nah, that's a shame.
I don't think it's a shame.
That'd have been pretty good.
Yeah, just still.
You know what time it is? It's monster eating time.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So we'll describe the dungeon. The dungeon kind of randomly appeared one day, and an old guy from thousands of years apparently crawled out and went, this is the place that was buried 1,000 years ago, and I'm the last king of it. And everyone went, oh yeah, let's go. It's very One Piece.
I wouldn't know.
Well, the start of One Piece was basically was it Captain Roger or something? He was getting executed, like the most fierce pirate of the world, and he was getting executed, and he says, "My treasure is still out there, One Piece, and the Grand Line. Go find it," type thing, and then everyone in like the world turned into pirates and sailed off.
That spawned 1,000 episodes.
Yes. That's what's fun. 1,000 episodes.
Fair.
And growing more than 1,000.
Yeah, it's like
not
1,200 episodes or something at this point.
Yeah, it's not finished.
Had to explain to my son that show started in another millennium.
Yeah, it did. Yes.
Yeah, that show's from last century and is still going.
I mean, there's been other shows in the last century.
For anime though?
Berserk? It's not going anymore though.
That's yeah. If it's not going anymore, then it doesn't really count. Surely that was a manga though, not the show.
It might be going again.
I think it did get picked. Did it get picked back up after he died?
Yeah, I think his intern or someone picked up.
Huh. Huh. I'd
That's
forgotten about that.
manga. Yeah.
Used to have the game for that for the Dreamcast.
Oh wow.
Guts Rage.
Guts rage.
Yep.
Guts rage.
Oh yeah. Koji Mori is now taking over the series.
Big fan, I believe.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
well.
How it goes. How it goes. Hope it didn't. I think he's still doing all right. I think I heard. Right. Yeah. So they're all down to the dungeon, and they're going to
Yes,
eat monsters.
they are.
And then they're in, and then Marcel's like, monsters, disgusting. How can you be like that? And then Chill just goes, you got a certain taste in things, don't you? And he's like, what do you mean? I don't know. No, honest. Yeah, actually I do. Yeah, 100%. And he seen the shadows, some guy looking around. Uh,
Yes.
and then they get into like well, at first they get some nibs down in the area and they
Oh,
kill the
running
mushroom
away
because
from the walking mushroom.
yeah, oh no mushrooms.
My favorite cooking instruction in this show so far has been on the mushroom.
Yeah,
Yeah, to remove the butt.
the pot.
Remove the butt.
Yeah.
Put the feet in the pot.
Oh, yeah, that's from the new guy.
Yeah.
So they go into like kind of like the safe place where everyone just kind of hangs around and trades and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and start cooking. And they're like, "Can you not do this somewhere else?" Everyone's looking at us like a bunch of weirdos.
Yep.
And then he's like, learns new moves from cooking. It's like it's easier to chop down the way than across.
Yes. Against the grain. Not as
Yeah.
easy.
Yes. Yes. And then beardy guy comes in.
Yeah. He's like a dwarven warrior type dude.
Yeah.
And it turns out, some sort of savant monster cook,
Yeah.
who has been doing the thing they've been talking about doing for some time.
10 years.
Is it not 20? Is it 10? No, you're right. It is 10. It is 10 years.
Yep.
And yeah, so he's like, yeah, the reason it tastes like crap is because you didn't remove the butt and you didn't put the feet in. They're the best part.
Yeah.
And you got to cook it like this. And
little mushroom feet.
yeah, little mushroom feet, and he adds some additional ingredients to it. I think it's like some lichen or like moss type stuff.
Yeah. Blob.
Slime? Is it slime?
Yeah, because like what's her name starts screaming like you can't be eating that. No, it's and then like then this line just kind of appears and just like suffocates her, and then he's like, and he cuts open the slime. He's like, yeah,
That's
there's
right.
the vital organs are always in the same place.
Yeah,
Because
they're all
like,
invisible, but yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so he put that in the thing, and then you got the scorpion.
Oh, I was gonna say I forgot to say that Laios caught the scorpion by like jamming a kind of a pole wrapped in cloth into a hole, and the scorpion grabbed onto it and just started stinging it.
Yeah, it was his sword.
Was it his sword? And then he just knifes it in the back.
Yep.
And he says, it's fine to eat the poison because it's in the broth and not in your veins. Turns out he's wrong.
No, he was wrong.
He was wrong. So wrong.
His cookbook's not very good.
Well, I think what becomes apparent is that his cookbook is telling him that it is in fact safe to eat, but what it will not be is good. That seems to be the issue. It's not so much a cookbook as a this is poisonous, don't eat this, or maybe eat this guide.
Yeah.
Because it seems to me that the only one with the actual any cooking knowledge is our dwarf friend, who, like say, gets the scorpion, sorts it out right so that the meat gets nice and tender, and he takes off the stinger and takes off the legs and adds in the jelly, the slime, and the lichen, and I think some tree root that's not actually a tree root, it's actually a tree, buds from a tree that grows upside down. Mixes it all into his big shield pan that he's got in his back. He's showing off his slime drying equipment that he's got, which is super cool too.
Yeah, as we mesh, I'll just stick the slime in here and it'll dry up. But here's one I prepared earlier. Oh, Blue Peter, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's for all your geeky listeners.
Blue Peter is no longer filmed in front of a live studio audience.
What?
Yeah.
It's still been filmed, though.
I think so, but it's going to be filmed in seasons. Like, all at once now in a studio.
What?
Yeah.
Seasons?
Yeah, like I think there was something about this because it basically got cancelled for what it was running as, and they've changed it up after 66 years.
Cancelled?
Well, the format as it stood.
Man, that's just not right. It's not right.
Yeah.
Can't kill Blue Peter. I never watched it that much. I saw it on and always turned it off. I was like, nah, I'm not interested.
Can't do that. I've never seen that. I need to get the chance.
Yeah. Never got my Blue Peter badge.
Man. My brother-in-law has one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did he do?
He built Tracy Island, like they did on the show.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Tracy Island?
Yeah.
Alright. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is. Can't deny that.
I never get anything like that.
Oh, like Tracy Island?
No, like a Blue Peter badge.
No. Did he try?
No.
No, neither did I.
No.
So he can't complain.
No, I wasn't complaining. I just said I never got anything like that.
I just complained that I didn't get Blue Peter charge.
No, you lamented that you didn't.
Yeah. Okay.
And at the same time is revealing that you'd never tried.
Yeah.
I'm sad I never managed to get one. I didn't try to, but I'm sad I never managed.
Yeah, man. Blue Peter patch.
That and how to.
Yeah, but how to was just. I learned something about how to taught me how to make my bed.
There you go.
There you go. So you learned something from how to. I made a bed.
I learned from Blue Peter what cocaine was because of Richard Bacon.
You know, Richard Bacon. I remember
Richard Bacon.
He was on some radio program. He was standing in for someone. And every day he played the Fraggle Rock theme. Nice. And then people wrote in to complain about it. So he was like, "Well, you're getting it anyway now." He was like, "I don't care."
He used to do a TV show on BBC Three called The Beer and Pizza Club.
Uh-huh.
And it was just like a bunch of like comedians and stuff like that would come in and talk about TV and stuff. It was pretty good. Enjoyed it.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what he does now, but that was maybe 15 years ago. So
I mean, it was like what's his name? Dominic Diamond.
Dominic Diamond. Do you know one of those really worrying is that Richard Bacon isn't even 50 yet?
No. He was kind of young on Blue Peter.
Yeah, like probably like 19.
Didn't he like co-host Blue Peter with like Matt? What's his name? Who now does Country File, or did Country File?
Uh,
Not
I
Baker.
am trying to remember his
One show.
host era. God damn
Yeah.
it. Where are the hosts? Wikipedia, don't let me down.
Come to Who's That Anime to listen to people talk about
Just let
old
me
TV
talk about
because
fucking Blue Peter.
lamenting on Blue Peter
Yeah.
rather than a cooking an anime.
Blue Peter was good. I think it's kind of ironic that, I enjoyed this anime.
Yeah.
When I don't, I'm like, fucking get through this.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the hosts? Where's the hosts?
A
What's
host
going
with the
on?
mostest.
For some reason,
That's us, Steve.
that is us. Shit.
That is us.
The hosts with something.
Right.
What the hell? 1998. Richard Bacon was. Yes, he was like 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Katie Hill, remember
Yeah,
her?
yeah. He's the one
Stuart
everyone was
Miles.
great for.
Katie Hill.
All the adolescents.
Connie Huck.
Connie Huck.
Yeah,
Oh, she was
Connie
in the
Huck.
one show, right? No. Oh, she was the Asian one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew her from where did I know her from? Well, from that, and then oh shit, she co-wrote an episode of Black Mirror. Oh, she's married to Charlie Brooker. Okay,
All right.
there you go.
Yeah. Wow.
We got there in the end up. Anyway, they cooked the food. It was much better this time.
Yes, they enjoyed it. And that's the
Delicious, you
story.
might say.
Yes, in dungeon.
Delicious in dungeon.
Yes. And that's the episode. That end of that episode.
Well, that's the end of that part.
Yeah.
And basically, it's them realizing that hey, they introduce themselves, and he introduces himself. His name is Senshi. He's seems like a pretty cool guy. Knows his stuff. And when Laios tells him about what's happened, he's like, "Oh, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to join your party." And he's like, "Oh, well, that would be good because you
can cook.
We sort of suck. You can cook, and this is great." Yeah. So he ends up going along with them. So now they have a party of 4.
Yep.
And the next bit they go to is well, he does mention actually because he mentions the whole thing about his sister, and he's like, "Oh, it was one of the animals in the monsters in the deeper dungeon." And he's like, "Oh, it was a red dragon," and he refers to it as a crimson dragon.
Yeah. The Crimson Dragon.
Yeah.
And it says,
which he says the rumor is that they eat and then kind of hibernate for a period of time after that. So their metabolism should be quite slow, meaning that hopefully Falin is alive, even if she has been devoured.
Yep.
So there we go.
Yeah.
And we should say as well is that despite everyone else saying it's delicious, as you mentioned, Marcille is not exactly thrilled about eating the hot pot, but she does in fact find it delicious, which maybe frustrates her more.
Yes, she does. Yes. So the next one is the pie, right?
Yeah, there's not really much to this. They just kind of go into a different part of the dungeon, and they decide to camp for the night. And they want to use the fruit of a giant carnivorous plant because they're trying to. I think it essentially talks about balance to the diet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's like, we need to. He's like this. Like we could, if you don't want this and you don't want this, we could have this. We could have the fruit. And then I think this is where Marcille tries to. Yeah, she does. She just like goes for it and like tries to get it to relinquish the fruit by smashing it with some magic.
Oh, he was going to, and then Senji stops and goes, "No, you'll destroy the fruit. The fruit, not the
Is
flute."
that yeah? That's right. And then she gets picked up.
Yeah, with the tentacles, and then what? The knight is just like, "Yeah, all right, that's cool. You need to go." And then they just kind of like beat up the other plants. Can't remember how
Well,
they do
yeah,
it.
they were very worried, or she seemed rather worried that she's like, if things die in here, that means the plants eat them, and I don't want to eat something that has eaten another human.
Yeah,
And he's like, don't worry about it. When people die in here, people find them and then they move them.
yeah,
And then, of course, like she gets removed from the vines, and Laios is like, hey, so what was that like? Like a big hug?
yeah.
Because he's
So
saying is like there's two different kinds, and one of them will fucking eat you, and the other one will plant its seeds under your skin. That's the one that had you, and it just holds you in an embrace, like a
yeah,
hug.
yeah. He was very comforting. It was comforting
Yeah,
there to her at the start about it,
he
and then
tried.
he full on went weird. The guys were like, "Yeah, that's really not working." As they're having a big argument.
Yeah, he sort of like kind of leans into sort of odd food fetishy tendencies,
Yeah, yeah.
but in a funny way, or as funny as it can be.
The
Um,
one of the plants did have a body in it.
that is the best bit, where one of the plants eventually just spits out a corpse.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, whoops.
destroy. So they don't eat humans. No, no, no. And then they end up taking one down, and it spills out his guts. It's like
Mm-hmm.
a Venus flytrap type. No, it's
Yep.
like the carnivorous pod ones that have
Yes.
like their digestive fluids at the bottom of the
Yes.
flower or whatever,
And it just
and
kind of like goes. Bleh.
and there was a dead corpse.
Yep. And
Uh,
he's like, well, some eat people.
people.
Anyway, what are we gonna do with that? And it's like, maybe we should just leave it here for someone to find. Yeah, you're probably right. And then they just hang it up.
Yeah, they just string it up, hang it up, and like, cause it's just lying like on a bridge at like
Yeah.
uh a bothy
Yeah.
place. Cause like, please keep cleaning your pots and pans
Mm-hmm.
here.
They do make the food in here, which is the tart, which I think has like the leaves beaten down into like a crust type thing.
But you can't eat
And
them.
that yeah, you can't eat them, but it stops the tart from burning, and it's
Yeah,
got like fruit and some of the broth, the scorpion broth from earlier.
yeah,
And they said it was a mixture of sweet and savory.
yes. And the tart was delicious again.
Delicious in dungeon.
Yep. And then I think it finishes off with them going to bed, and Marcel's having a nightmare.
Yeah, Marcille is at having the beginning of a nightmare, which then picks up in the second episode.
Yeah. So that's
So
it.
yeah, how you feeling about it so far?
It's chill.
Yeah,
Maybe too chill for the degree of urgency.
definitely feels like a
He's a
little
bit,
bit of a relaxed
yeah,
mission.
he's a bit unhinged.
Definitely has some issues that he may need to work through.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like maybe I don't know, might turn a bit wilder later.
Who knows? I mean, this is just the first season. Apparently, the manga ran for like 7 years or longer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
like it's. I didn't really know. Like I say, I only found out about this through Damien from Smosh. But uh, the manga itself, I think, started in like I want to say 2014.
oh wow,
Yes, February 2014 until September 23. So actually 9 years, 9.5 years it ran.
8.5.
and it's in 14 volumes.
Oh wow.
Yep. Way more than I expected. So there's actually a lot of material to do a show with, it would seem.
Yeah.
But the
Okay.
good news is, if you look at the genres, it says it's an adventure, it's cooking, and it's a fantasy comedy.
A fancy comedy.
Mm-hmm. So it can't
I mean,
get too grim, I'd hope.
I don't know, man. You go real dark. Dark
Do
humor. The blackest humor you ever seen.
let's just hope not.
Could be like XL Saga humor. But it's
Uh,
not.
uh,
It's not, not eccentric. And
it
not.
says that it's the same studio that did Kill la Kill.
Alright. Yeah, it was
So
Trigger. I saw the Trigger come up.
yeah,
Yeah,
they
it did.
also did the Cyberpunk
Yeah,
anime.
did they not do like the Transformer 40th anniversary thing?
Oh, they may have done
Or was that the other one?
that. Yeah, they totally did. You're right. I remember watching that video and being like, "Man, that was so cool."
It was alright, yeah.
Yeah.
Aye. Um, yeah. What's the numbers, Steve? What's the numbers? I think
What are you thinking?
7.
Yeah, I think seven's fair. Like, I think it's a nice
Yeah.
introduction. The characters are fun. They have their
Mhm.
own little quirks. They're like, I guess, like, 50 shades of narcissistic and weird.
Yeah.
They're all kind of like looking out for themselves, but everyone else at the same time. It's nice. Like, I think like it's an interesting start.
Yeah. It put me in mid to playing an MMO again. But I need people to play it with, not
Well,
randos.
I could never. So
You'd never.
no, I only ever really played Guild Wars, and it's not really an MMO. So
No. This is the new one coming out. It's like
there's
seems
always
pretty
new ones
chill.
coming out.
Yeah, but it seems pretty chill.
What is it?
Can't remember. There's a thing the people that created No Man's Sky is making, so that'll be out
Oh,
in
the torch. No, something light.
Fire Sky. I don't know.
No,
Torch in the Sky.
it's that Hello Studios, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, what is it called?
Every time someone says that, but only people
Like
in the
Light
West
No
Coast
Fire.
like No Fire.
Light No Fire.
Yeah, it looked pretty cool from the trailers.
And I'm excited about the idea of them, rather than like generating a whole galaxy of things, just generating one planet with a bunch of different ecosystems and animals and things like that. Sounds really exciting.
Yeah,
So
if,
I'm sure it'll be very cool.
if it works better than No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky was a bit bleak, but I never got back into it.
I kind of wanted to. There's a lot of stuff that looked really, really interesting in it. The one MMO I did want to play that I never got a chance to, because it never came out, was DokeV. Still want to play that.
That's still not out yet.
No. Still also no sign of it.
Maybe it's just in Korea or something. Because it's a Korean
No,
thing.
I think it's dead, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's like
Oh, hang on. Oh, there's been a slight update apparently.
All right.
So it seems like Crimson Desert is still the focus.
Oh, is that from the studio, is it?
Yeah, so that's the same studio. They did Black Desert. I don't know if you ever played that. I played it like a little bit.
No, was that not the one that it stole a lot of assets from other games
Might have been
back in the day?
Yeah, maybe. I can't remember. But basically the sequel to that, Crimson Desert, is coming out at the end of this year. And I think that the studio probably got put on that first because it was the one that was definitely gonna make do well for them. So which I understand. So like it means that one's probably been pushed back. It seems to like 2027.
All right. Okay.
So only maybe like 6-7 years after it was first shown. Anyway, on to episode 2. This one has 3 titles because they make 3 things in this one: roast basilisk, omelette, and kakiagi.
Oh yeah, yeah. So, um, yeah. So this one starts with Marcille having her nightmare,
It does. Pretty great nightmare.
where she's like dreaming of having proper food.
Yes, her
Then,
mother is making all of her favorites, all of them.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and she turns around and she has just a plate full of monsters.
Yeah, yeah. So no, and
She
then she
wakes up rather
smell,
unhappy.
and then it's like that's the same smell as in my dream.
Oh, that's right, because they are the adventurers across the way are cooking pork and is it buns?
Yeah, it might be something like that. Yeah.
And basically this is the part where Senshi sort of is like, fucking adventurers, all they eat is like,
Bread.
bread and high fat items, so it's not good for them. They need that balance. They know they need more like, they need more
Yeah.
veg, they need more this, and it's like, and so what we need to do is like, I recommend we go and find something like Marcille's like, I really want some meat though, and he's like, well, maybe we should hunt a basilisk and get its eggs, because he's like, they should be around here somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So they go on the hunt for a basilisk,
Mm-hmm.
and they find one.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. They find its nest first and start stealing its eggs.
Yeah. Aye, they're there. Oh, that's Basilisk is gone. That's pretty good. And then
Yeah.
the adventurers from before cross the wave. Basilisk
I,
is attacking
I
us.
I do like this bit where it just runs in and kicks the guy on the back, and he just collapses to the ground. And of course, it seems like both Senshi and Laios know what they're talking about when it comes to a basilisk,
Mm-hmm.
because they managed to, I guess, like, go for the weakness, which is the fact that both the snake's tail and the chicken head, because it's a chimera animal, they both are independent, so will both try to move at the same time if surrounded, and both of their attention is drawn.
Yeah. Is this not the bit where Leo is like going, "Wow, such an amazing animal! All the meats in one animal. That's great."
He does, and it's very creepy again. Like, he does just have like a real propensity to make everything sound a little bit creepy.
Yeah, yeah. Animal and heart.
But they do strike it down. Both Senshi and Leos strike it for the head on both sides, and then they begin the preparations.
Yeah, and then they end up saying that the snake's the one with is the head.
It's the chicken part. Yeah, it's like, oh, the snake. It's like, she's like, oh, I wonder, oh, what is it? This really does taste like chicken. And he's like, oh, I wonder what snake tastes like. And he goes, oh, the snake is the chicken part.
Yeah, yeah.
But the other guy is the other adventurer and his companion. He is poisoned and dying. So I think they create. Senshi has an anti venom or something that will help him, some sort of potion, but it needs to be cooked into the food. So they cook it into the food to save him. Of course, Marcille, who had been complaining about the fact that they weren't helping him fast enough, then gets distracted by how delicious the food is, and then it's like, oh, sorry, I should be giving you this, right?
Yeah, healing.
Yeah, but he does. He comes to life, and then they're like, hey, teach us your ways. And Senshi stands up. He's like, eat the balanced diet. Do this. Do this. Do this. Maintain good hygiene. Exercise. Do this, and you'll be great. And he like gives the whole thing, and they're like, cool, we'll do that. Thank you so much, adventurers. But I loved the fact that they were standing among the corpses of their fallen party at that point.
Yeah,
There's just littered corpses around.
It seems to be like a thing.
They just didn't seem that fussed. Really upset that that one guy was nearly dying, but not that worried about the rest.
Oh, you can't do much about dead people, man.
No, I mean that's true.
Yeah.
Although, does someone at one point not say, "I've never brought back someone that's been poisoned before"? And somebody says something like, "The first time I died."
Mhm.
Is it Laios says that?
Yeah, I think so. They had died, and I don't think it's poison. I think it's been digested because I think.
Oh,
we're
that's
talking
what
about
it
his
is.
sister.
The digested dude from the previous
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, you're right. I've never
Yeah.
brought anyone back that's been partially digested.
Yeah.
Um,
So I think you can bring people back.
it seems like it.
Seems-
So yeah,
Uh,
like they get the eggs, and then in pursuit of the balanced diet, they're talking about what else they can do. And Marcille is not feeling particularly useful at this point. They're kind of running ideas back and forth with each other about what they could do, and Marcille's like, "I could help with that." And he's like, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about it."
mandrakes.
Until eventually, Mandrake's just like, "Haha, well, you're talking to the resident mage, and I know all there is to know about catching or about getting mandrakes because I have it in this book."
Yeah.
And this is the most bass backwards approach to doing anything. Where it's like, so what we do is like, for those of you who don't know, is the mandrake is the plant. If you haven't watched Harry Potter or Berserk or anything else where mandrakes appear in, it is a plant that will scream and drive you mad as soon as you hear it.
Yeah.
And she's like, so what you do is you get a dog and you tie a rope around the mandrake, and then you tie the rope to the dog, and then the dog pulls the mandrake out, and that's how you do it. It's like, well, what happens to the dog? Oh, the dog dies.
Yeah.
It's
like
uh-huh.
one dog per mandrake.
Yeah, where are we getting all these dogs from?
Yeah.
Also sounds really time consuming. And
Yeah.
then we kind of turn to Senshi, who's just like picking them up and going and cutting their heads off immediately. He's like, they don't scream when their heads are cut off, and it's like, wow, what?
Yeah.
He's a savage in that moment.
He's yeah. This is how I pick them. Until they start picking, it's like, oh, I'm going to prove them all wrong. So what can I use instead of a dog? Oh, this bat thing.
Oh yes, the there's a specific name for the bat. What is it? Oh, I can't find it. But yeah, it's a big bat, and but she does reveal to everyone in her thoughts is like, I feel bad. This seems to work, and I've never even done it the way the book told me because I always felt too guilty that the dog would die.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
Yeah, so she's tied a noose around the top of a mandrake and
Yes,
threw the rope over a branch with a noose on it.
and hung it in front of the hole in the tree.
Yeah, where the mandrakes was. And then she shot a fireball at the mandrake. The bat. And then the bat magically flies into the noose, getting caught, pulling the mandrake out.
Going mad in the process.
Yeah, and then it just kind of goes right for her.
Yep.
Because she's, oh no! And then do they have to go and save her?
So she's in the tower across the way.
Yeah.
The bat smashes through the window of the tower, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And it seems that the bat is dead because the mandrake has killed it.
Yeah.
And she's not doing so great.
No.
She's gone a little bit mental.
Yeah, because
it's like, she must have heard it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And she's kind of talking like this because I've heard the mandrake.
Yeah. Talking like this. And then they make the omelette?
They do. They make the omelet with the basilisk eggs, which are squishy, different type of egg.
Yeah. Yep.
So they put that in, and what else goes into that?
Japanese omelet, by the way, they make.
Yes. Oh, and the mandrake.
Yeah.
So, but what he does, the Senshi, like being the kind of, I think the good character he is, he's my favorite by far. Is that he's like, so I made an omelet from the different mandrakes, from the ones that were used in different ways, because this one seems different. Having you know, so he cooks them and presents them to everyone, and they eat, and they find out that Marcille's tasted better.
Yeah, because she didn't instantaneously decapitate him. It's something like I don't know. It dies naturally.
It's to do with, I think what he said is it didn't undergo, like, it like screams out the toxins, and if you kill it immediately, like, it doesn't do that. So he's like, I'm glad you taught me a lesson today, because I'd seemed to have forgotten that just because something is efficient doesn't mean that it's the best way.
It's tasty.
Yeah, and I thought that was kind of nice, because she comes round and feels a little bit vindicated, I think, at least.
Yeah, because she's like basically totally feel like she's in the way.
Yeah, and that's the bit, is because she talks about that, and he's like, no, I didn't want you to do any of that, because like we're like only in the second area of this dungeon. I need you to deal with the stuff in the lower areas of the dungeon. Like, we can do this stuff, but you're important for later.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a nice moment.
And then they go deeper into the dungeon.
They do, and they find this is they find the next floor, and it has like a booby trapped area.
Yeah, because they're going through the secret passageway. Because what's his name?
Chilchuck. Yeah.
Chilchuck is like, yeah, we could do that, and they know, oh, he found that secret door. How did he know that? Oh, he's a genius like that.
He beats it down with Laios' sword.
Yeah, it's like bong. Oh, that's it. It's in here. Click. Pushes the brick, and then he goes along into the room, and he basically goes, "Hey guys, right, this is laden with traps this way. You guys listen to me and do exactly what I said." And then she just like do.
Then she does none of that. My favorite, every single booby trap. Although my favorite by far was the flamethrower.
Yeah,
he just stood in it and went, "Oh, how do you think that works?" He's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, it was it's when he steps in one and it's all the nice spawn right around Chilchuck. So what? Who did that? I told you to do the exactly I did. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. Stop standing on that. And then he just stands on it harder.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. He asked about the flamethrower. How does that work? Oh, yeah, it's oil getting ignited. Oh, cooking oil.
Oil, eh? He's like, no, I didn't say that, but what?
Yeah.
I didn't mention anything about cooking oil. And he's like, oh, well, where is this oil?
Yeah, because we can go and cook this
Yeah, and Chilchuck's like, fine. Like, but fucking listen to me, would you?
Yeah.
And they go into it's like a chamber to the side, and it has like these chests that he then has to dig his way into, and he finds the right one to open, and it's got the oil in it. And he's like, so we need to get the oil out of this little dispenser thing here. And he's like, well, you pull the thing and I'll hold my pan out. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, on you go.
Yeah. He's disconnected the ignition coil.
Yeah. It's not going to set it on fire, but it is, well, from what it would seem, burning hot oil.
Yeah, it's certainly a lot of oil in his big pan.
Yes.
And
It
then,
does actually fall. A drop of it gets into Laios' armor. He's like, He just
yeah,
rolls around the ground. He's like, that. I was afraid of that happening.
yeah, that's all right.
It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about
and,
it.
and then they find a fire trap to cook
Mm-hmm.
the oil on.
Yeah, they do that. And he's like, hey, how are we going to cut this bat? And he's like, well, there's the knives in the ceiling. And he's like, well, I don't want to do that. He's like, well, but you're the one that does the traps. So you're going to need to cut it.
Yeah,
He kind of goes away like foghorn, leghorn, like, Rasa fracking.
yeah. Uh,
And then he does the exact same logic to him when he's like, we need to cook this. Well, the fire's there on the trap, but I don't know anything about traps. You're the one that knows about traps. He's like,
yeah,
fuck you.
yeah. So he's cooking it. It's like, oh, it's not quite hot enough there. Oh, it's too cold. It's too hot. Oh, just right.
Yep. Eventually, Goldilocks is his way to success.
Yeah, and Sen's just, well, you cooked it well, good man.
So yeah, they're cooking the kind of kakiagi, the mandrake and bat meat kakiagi.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of nice because I think like there's a
Oh,
is it going again?
going slow again.
Is it you or me?
I don't know.
My ping is fine. So
Oh, where are you getting your ping?
you're running through your pie hole.
Always running through the pie hole, man.
Oh,
Being a bit bad thing.
my average ping is 28.
Ah, cool. What are you pinging?
Just ping.canbeuseful.com.
Oh, that thing. Uh, We're all good though. No.
We are. I'm gonna stop it now. Well, the part that's quite I found it quite funny as well is because when I was watching it with my wife, we were it was the bit where Senshi says he's like, I'll be sad when I'm not part of this party anymore.
Yeah.
Because I won't know how to deal with traps so well, and I'll miss that. and it was like, oh, I don't want to live in a world where Senshi's not in this party.
Oh, you right for her being the party.
Oh, I hope so. And the funny part for me was that even my wife was like, oh, no, I don't want that.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, you want Senshi to be in this party. He's great. And I now recognize him from one of my favorite gifts that I've seen recently, which is that I can make bread with it. Bread, bread, bread.
All right.
So I'm looking forward to that.
I can make bread.
That eventually crops up.
bread.
Aggressive bread making.
Yeah.
But it turns out that they've sort of learned from each other because he has started to understand a bit more about traps and how they work. Because even though Chilchuck was quite reluctant to, divulge his skill set and make it feel like it was less value to him, Senshi also tried to teach him a bit about the cooking, which he now knows about getting the right heat, the right temperatures, and the right consistency for things. So a little bit of mutual knowledge exchange was quite cool.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to be a little bit appreciative of each other in that moment.
A little bit, yeah.
And then I believe we say, and it was truly delicious in dungeon.
Yeah. Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, I think it does. It like sort of backs out of that chamber while they're all eating the bat meat and mandrake kakiyaki.
Yeah, and that was it. Ooh, that's a high ping.
Ooh, it's good stuff though.
Yeah,
I really liked this episode.
yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought it was better than the first one.
It was more substance in it, I suppose. Yeah.
It relied less on telling me how it needed to get started. I always find like origin stuff is not always the most interesting. It really kind of gets moving once the story finds its feet a little bit and once the knowledge is already set. So now that I'm already aware of why the party are doing what they're doing and like who they are, I don't need to have that in my head as much. So
Well, I feel the origin of the thing was done pretty quickly. It wasn't long.
oh, absolutely.
It's like,
but it's
literally,
just that thing of like
I need to get down to the dungeon and save my sister.
I guess it's the setup, because it seems like the whole thing is going to be very much focused about moving through the different stages of the dungeon to get back to the sister.
Mm-hmm.
And even though the first episode, like you're right, the first 2 minutes is basically the setup.
Yeah.
But then there's the preamble to getting to the dungeon and setting up how they're going to do the thing.
Yeah.
It's like the montage for the heist. You son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like that scene
Mm-hmm.
where I'm like, I just want to see the thing happen.
There wasn't a lot of that either because they're all in.
No, I know.
Because they're all there.
They're all in. They were all in straight away. It was just Senshi who was like, I could join. He's like, yeah, cool.
Yeah. That's cool. Hey, Saffron.
Wow. And I was like, that's cool.
That's cool.
That is a 24-year-old reference to a song I am not confident half of our audience were born during or no.
I think they were.
What is that? That's United States of whatever?
Yeah, United States of whatever.
Who was it that did that song?
Oh, he was the art director for Tenacious D.
Liam Lynch.
Liam Lynch, yeah, he did more music videos rather than music.
Yeah,
I believe.
You are correct.
And he was like, no.
Because he says he was wearing his leather.
Yeah.
I was wearing my leather.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a pull, Colin. What a reference. I haven't thought about that song in maybe a decade.
Yeah. And then Alfred Leroy pulled up and he says, you can't be doing that. It's like I was rolling my dice in the alley and then Alfred Leroy pulls up and he's like, you can't be doing that.
I thought I told you kids to, whatever.
That's my nice.
Oh, what a song.
That's a terrible song.
What? Great video though.
Yeah. And then Saffron pulls up Saffron, what's up? I'm cool.
That's cool.
Nothing.
Good times. Well, how do you rate this episode, Colin?
Cool, man. 7. Like I say, it's good. It's chill. No Saffron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is very enjoyable in its formula, which is here's the monster, here's the fun in trying to get the monster or the thing, and then the enjoyment of like I actually kind of enjoy talking about the process of making the food as well.
Yeah.
Like it's the animations are really good. Like they go into like a lot of levels of detail about like the knife work and the frying and the cooking. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Like
it's a weird anime about how to cook monsters.
Yeah.
Like,
monsters.
Essentially, what this anime is at the moment to me is like those animes that are geared to get you interested in something, like the tennis anime, the golfing anime,
Prince of Tennis.
Yeah, the golfing anime, the basketball anime, the I-Shield 21, the American football anime.
Oh, the Blue Lock, the Haikyuu, the
yeah,
the Death Note.
No, let's get into writing things in a diary, is it?
That had tennis in it.
Yeah. Anyway, it's
a very famous tennis match between L and Yagami later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, but it's like the sports anime. This is kind of like the cooking anime. It's like
Yeah.
Yakitate Japan, which was an anime about cooking
The bread
bread.
anime.
I even taught you how to cook bread in a rice cooker at the end of some episodes. Like, this is how you cook bread.
Good. That's pretty good.
I mean, Gumball, the Amazing World Gumball did that, and like the weird like night one where it's like the take on like the thousand stories of like of a story. You know, like the Simpsons did one where it was like Bart and Milhouse get like
Oh, the
the
squishies.
squishies and go super high, and then it's like the look out to Springfield for all the other stories, and you get like the
Yep.
Pulp Fiction stuff. The
Uh-huh.
Mason World Gumball does something similar, and then there's a bit where it goes into, I think it goes into the dreams of the citizens, and you got like a Gumball's dad there, and he's just like dreaming that he was a bit of dough getting kneaded, and it's just his face,
Wow.
but singing a wee song.
Wow.
That's also the same one where I think his sister was having the nightmare about her doll. And it got real weird, and
That show tends to get real weird.
yeah, that's why I liked it.
Oh, well.
It's like regular show.
I'm gonna give this episode an 8.
That's fair. That's fair.
I think this was very enjoyable and very chill, and I did have to stop myself from just immediately going to watch the next one. So
Yeah, since it was decided to hold back until later.
yeah, it's been tough, but yeah, I have enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
think it is really,
Good.
really, really good so far.
On that note, there's another anime that came out on Netflix. It's also, I think it's on Crunchyroll. It's Vivian? Frira?
Frieren?
Yeah. It's like the title. Is it called Friran? I can't remember.
Frieren, Beyond Journey's End.
Yeah, that's pretty chill. But I wouldn't
Yeah,
say
it looks
it's
okay.
happy.
No. It
Since,
says adventure, drama, fantasy.
yeah. So I wouldn't say it's happy in the sense that I'm pretty sure she's depressed. That she lives longer than all her friends.
That isn't happy.
Well, it's just kind of, she's not like super depressed, she's just muddling through life.
Fair.
In that. But yeah, that's us. Do the thing, Steve.
Yeah.
So-
You've been listening to Who's That Anime, an anime podcast about anime. Our home is at anchor.fm/Who's That Anime. You can find our podcast where all good podcasts can be found. If you'd like to support us, you can do so by leaving us a review on your podcasting app of choice. Or if you've already done that or can't do that, then telling a friend about the show is another way to help out. If you'd like to support us financially in some way, you can help support us by going to patreon.com/Who's That Anime. And you can get early access to episodes of this podcast and our other podcast, 5 Minute Fusion, which is Journey Through Dragon Ball. We are currently on the Frieza saga in Dragon Ball Z and enjoying our time with that. We also have a Facebook page, that's facebook.com/Who's That Anime, where we post the latest episode releases and the occasional anime meme. We have a Discord channel, you can find a link to that in the show notes. We also have a YouTube channel, that's youtube.com/@Who's That Anime, where Colin painstakingly puts together the video versions of these episodes. And you can also find the audio podcasts there too, because we have the RSS feeds hooked up, so you can find both Who's That Anime and 5 Minute Fusion on YouTube if you like to listen to your podcast there too.
Yeah.
And that's us.
That's us. Yeah, I figure we best end it, because this is quite a long episode, huh?
It sure was.
Yeah, that redacted sequence is
Redacted.
yeah, it's been redacted.
Just leave that little tease in there.
Yeah.
That whole bit we had to cut out.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes. So, that's us. We're finished another week on a new anime. Let us know what you think if you get to this point. And we'll maybe read that at some point.
Yeah.
Not going to promise anything.
Nah,
Anyway,
don't do that.
we'll see you next week. Same anime times.
Yep.
Same anime place. Same anime. Again, new anime.
Oh.
Season 19.
No, season 18.
18?
Season 18.
Season 18?
We're not on 19 just yet.
19.
Thank God.
Are we?
18.
18.
Definitely 18.
Definitely
I'm
18.
gonna double check it. Definitely 18.
Definitely 18. Season 19.
I've consulted the spreadsheet.
Season 19, not here yet. But
Not here yet.
it'll be here at the end of the year.
Probably.
Yeah. So, we'll see you then.
Yeah.
See you.
Bye, folks.
Bye.